every single one of our services. You can tell that we tried to choose the most beautiful new members we could find, and we did a pretty good job, didn't we? Let me just tell you who these all are. This is Bill Monk. He's been coming here for a while, but you can hide back there on that back row behind the dynamic women that are sitting in front of him. And so you may not see him all the time, but you can hear how wonderful that whole choir sounds, and part of it's his fault. He comes to us from Catalina United Methodist Church, but primarily from Boston, where he was an American Baptist, and when he came out here, he found a space for his heart in the Methodist Church, and so we're happy to have you here. Ruth over here didn't ever have to leave Methodism. She's always been a Methodist, which you don't get to hear about very often, do you? Especially here, where you guys come from, like every bit of diversity, right? And she comes here, and part of why she comes here is because in the last one, she was married for over 50 years, and she's relatively recently lost her husband. So part of what drew her here is the community that you are, and the ways that you allow a space for her heart. So, good. On the other hand, over here, we have a person who hasn't been a Methodist her whole life. She's gone from one end of the spectrum to the other, from what is Dutch Reformed and Presbyterian, from one side of the country to another. I didn't even introduce these names. This is Ruth Cross, this is Bill Monk, and over here, this is Linda Van Pelt. I knew I was going to get it. I was thinking Linus, though. I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that. So I was trying to figure out, make sure I said the right thing. She's also, though, as she's found the Methodist Church, has delved deeply into some of who we are. She worked at TMM for a while, which is Tucson Metropolitan Ministry, started by Methodists, and also Primavera, which has very strong Methodist ties. And so thank you for the diversity of who you are, and thank you for the wonder of who you will be for us. I've got some questions for you. On behalf of the whole church, I ask you, do you recommit yourself to deepening your relationship to God and furthering your connection to those who walk with you in this life? And so your answer is, I do. Do you accept the freedom and power God gives you to discover once again the divine within you and the holy path that leads you forward? If so, your answer is, I do. Do you promise to be the hands and feet of God in your own way in your workplace, home, and the world, and to use the wonderful gifts within you to help others to discover the way that leads to life? So your answer is, I do. Do you willingly join this collection of followers, this body of believers, this raggedy band of those who are searching for God? If so, your answer is, I do. And now to that raggedy band, I ask this question. Do you, the church, God's people here on earth, reaffirm both your commitment to our divine God and your dedication to the path of faithfulness? If so, your answer is, we do.
We do.
Will you nurture one another in this blessed life and include these people now before you in their care? If so, please say, we will.
We will.
And now will you start that flow of love by blessing them?